Let me see. I liked the Goldberg Lesnar face off because I like good stories. I thought Paul was excellent here. Wasn't there? How about when the people were chanting "CM Punk" to Goldberg?
Bro, the
and Goldberg was like, "I hear that."
Well, that just shows. I just can't stand that.
Yeah,
it's like they just want. Why do the fans just feel the need to ruin a good television moment? What's the purpose of that?
I don't think they're trying to ruin a good television.
Want to see CM Punk?
He's not. They know, but that's the whole point. But he's not coming back. I'm just saying this. The fans today stink. They're terrible.
This is what I think. Wait, let me just tell you what I think. I think the fans are a way of saying, "Yo, you're from Chicago. We still love you." You know what I'm saying? And they did you wrong. Like they're still hot about that.
Well,
and
this is the way I look at it.
Not too many people. Wait, let me just say this. Not too many people have that type of connection with the fans. You know,
correct.
That's incredible, bro. And so yeah, that's a WWE fan base now. You know, they're gonna do shit like that. Yeah.
They're a terrible group of people. They ruin shows for people that probably would want to enjoy them because they get themselves over too much, and they ruin moments on television which could be more enjoyable. 100%. They do it all the time. It's like it's not. It can't even be argued. You cannot go back to a period of time when wrestling, like when WCW or WWE was hot back in the day. You cannot look at those shows and say, "Wow, the fans really ruined this." Well, you can do it. You can do it on every single show.
But here's a problem. Here's a problem. Here's a problem, and it's hard for us to come to grips with it. These aren't the same fans, so now they're going to do what they do in this generation, and in 20 years or 30 years, somebody will be complaining about about
how they don't do it the way they are doing it right now.
So, bro, it is.
Man, you can't even argue. If you chant "This is awesome," or "You deserve it," or "Holy shit," or if you clap in unison at the shows,
well, then you can't go to a football game either.
Bro, this isn't football. This is professional wrestling. You're a geek. Okay,
you can't dictate how the audience reacts.
The audience reacts like cheerleaders, geeks. There's no emotional response in them. They're not responding emotionally. They're responding like they're going like they should literally put cheerleader uniforms on. Okay,
the same way you wear a clown uniform
because they're clapping along like cheerleaders at a high school basketball game.
What would you do to fix it?
I mean, there's nothing you can do. I would basically, you know what I would do if you're caught at a show, okay, and you're clapping and you're saying "This is awesome," I would have security hand you a pink shirt that you have to wear if you're gonna stay in the crowd, okay, and I would suggest that the fans that aren't chanting "This is awesome" are allowed to heckle you and hurl vile language at you.
Now you know the guy that
they hopefully get you to leave. Okay,
you know the guy that. You know the guy that you say I always remind you of? Get off my lawn, that guy? That's you right now.
I don't care. I mean, that might sound, but I'm telling you, the responses at spots on shows these days are just not what there's no heart. The crowd has no heart.
I don't know. I disagree with that, man. I've been to PWG, All Pro Wrestling, Wrestle Circus, Ring of Honor, even WWE. People react with emotion.
All cheerleaders. The whole crowd is cheerleaders. Bro, you can look at yourself, Kevin. You're a cheerleader. You went to Lucha Underground and you act like a cheerleader.
I did.
Okay, so how are you trying to sit there and say this? It's not. That's what these people act like. There's no, bro, the suspension of disbelief is not there like it used to be. So the emotional investment in the fans is not what it used to be. Okay? It's not grown men fighting out there anymore. It's acrobatics. It's scripted acrobatics, and we applaud.
When you go to a movie, is a movie no good because Arnold Schwarzenegger's not really the
You cannot compare it to a movie. The fans at wrestling shows do not react like they do at the movies. They do not clap and cheer in unison, okay, and organized chants. The same for every guy. You know, it's ridiculous. But watch.
When people go to football events in Europe, they chant and cheer and sing songs, and some of those new wrestling chants are from European football. You know, and I don't know.
There is no suspension of disbelief.
For some reason, Disco thinks this is 1997. You know, fans are supposed to react that way, bro.
It's disappointing that it's gone. It's gone so far away from 1997.
Yeah.
Okay, because when you watch the reaction to the shows back then, it's like, wow, these crowds were rabid and hot. It's like, what happened? You know,
well, you could also do a lot of raunchy shit back then too that you couldn't now. Like back then, you could bleed. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of things that they can't do or won't do now.
I'll tell you another thing too.
Just like football, bro. Look how football used to be. It used to be very violent, right?
And let me tell you something too. The wellness policy isn't doing these guys any favors.
Right.
Bro, everybody back in the day, we were all jacked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, right? Like you guys all think like, wow, everybody was put together. You know.